So he's weighing some things in our lives, and what he's about to do now, that it will not be released within the walls of our minds and the walls of our intellect, but there is revelation that God is releasing in this hour that is really going to suddenly launch the church into a new dimension. So I just get a sense that God desires that we would really be intentional, have our eyes open at this hour. And also, there's just some situations that are going to come and knock on our door. And these are situations that really God has brought into our lives. And such as, remember when Mary got the word that she would be pregnant with Jesus. And just to think that that put her in a place because she was engaged to Joseph at that time, but she had a decision to make. How will this look before me? And what if I say yes to God? It would mean that I will have a confrontation with Joseph. It would mean that something is going to go down in this situation. Look at the situation of Zechariah. And when Zechariah got the word that he was going to be a father, after all those years, they were going to be parents and everything, and he didn't really believe it or what have you. And that unbelief cost him. It cost him his voice in that hour. And as a result, when Elizabeth did bear a son, and they were to call his name John, they asked him, well, what shall his name be? And there was a bit of controversy because nobody in the family was named John. And Zacharias said, his name shall be called John. So sometime God is going to place us in some controversial situations, and we're going to have to say yes to God, even though it may be confrontational with people. Such as when Peter was called to Cornelius' house, and they had no dealings with the Gentiles, and yet because God sent him, he had to go, and he knew that it was God. And so he obeyed. Thank God that he obeyed. And as a result, later, it was a bit of confrontation concerning that because he had to go through the council and it had to be explained. Why did you go into the Gentiles? And but what I love about when we obey God and when we are ready to face those uncomfortable moments where God will pull us into a place of decisions and watch our response. When we say yes to God, God will always back us up. We can ask Mary. He backed us up. He worked it out with Joseph. He backed it up with Peter. He worked it out. He backed it up with Zechariah. Zechariah got a release. He got his voice back. He got his speech back. So this is an hour that God is going to be directing our steps a little bit different in this hour. And it means that we have to be very intentional and purposeful. We have to purpose, in other words, with a purpose in our hearts. What are we going to do concerning certain situations? It's a choice. Jesus came to Martha and Mary's house. It was a choice. There was a whole lot of stuff to get done. Martha was busy. No doubt she might have been worried and thinking about a lot of things. But Mary, she chose the more acceptable way. She chose that good part. She chose to have an impartation from Christ. She chose to sit in the presence of Jesus. So this is an hour that decisions are coming. But I'm telling you, this is an hour that suddenly any awesome thing can happen because of the revelation that God is releasing in this hour. He's going to be unlocking some things. He's going to be unlocking some things for us. So I just wanted to share that with you. And also I wanted to share it so I can come back and I can listen to the word of the Lord. So you get ready. I am excited today about what God is doing, about this river of fresh revelation that He is releasing. He is unlocking. He is revealing. And as kingdom citizens, we have to go to the other side. Jesus told His disciples, He said, go to the other side. The other side was not prophetically a geographical situation, a location. It was spiritual. It means that this is the hour God desires for His kingdom to be represented. And how can we represent the kingdom if we are not in that stance, in that place, in that sphere? The Bible said the kingdom comes not with observation, but it comes in power. The Holy Ghost resident. The Holy Ghost is ruling and reigning. And so it means that we have to go to the other side to learn uh, the ways of our daddy, to learn that there are places, there are rooms, there are things that God wants us to enter into in this season. He said, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good." We go to different restaurants and we go in because we want to try their food. We want to taste. Well, God said, "I got some places that I want to call you into this season. I got some areas. I got some places in me. I got some dimensions in me that you not tasted yet. You not entered in yet. But I'm calling you in. But you're gonna have to be intentional. You're gonna have to focus. Your steps are gonna have to be ordered by me. You're going to have to prioritize your time. You're going to have a thing called desire, a thing called passion for more. You're going to have to be yielded ground. You're going to have to surrender. You're going to have to come out with your hands up. You're going to have to surrender your life unto God in this hour. And so I'm excited. So God bless you. Just want to take a moment and share it. I am out of here.